Hey guys, it's NJ and I'm back. So we've been working on this center platform subway station. So a little bit different than the stations that we've been building. This one has the rail line running on either side of the central platform. What this does is it gets rid of the need for a pedestrian overpass between the two side platforms, and we can just have a single staircase leading down from the surface onto our single platform in the center of the station. Now, we went ahead, we built the walls, the floor, the ceiling. We made use of these bone blocks. They're still a somewhat new block in the game. I'm a big fan, and I think they look pretty good in this situation. We have a lot of contrast in this station. We're really going from the very light materials like this quartz and this bone block to the darker nether brick, and our lighting is kind of gloomy at the moment. Uh, and we'll see what we can do with that once we get a little bit further here. So let's go ahead and plop down two more benches here really quick. Actually, no, let's skip the benches. We're going to place some flower pots, and we want just some regular old. Actually, yeah, let's use pillared quartz blocks for this, and the nether brick fence. So we're going to want to center this between these two lampposts. So one, two, three, one, two, three. So we placed it on, and we didn't balance that out at all. So we're placing these on the fourth block. And these bats are pesky. Okay, and let's move it in just one more. Okay, and what we're going to build here is a sign. And the way I like to do this, so let's assume that the trains are riding on the right side, just like regular traffic does. That may not be the case in every jurisdiction, but we'll say let's call it Bone Station. So make a fancy little sign. And what direction is that? We're facing south, so that is to the west. So we'll put westbound, and we'll go ahead and close off our fancy sign with some more asterisks here. Now, we built two previous stations in that direction, so let's go ahead and put those on there. We're going to, the first one was, or the closest one was the rustic station, and we'll put a travel time of, let's say, 3 minutes and 50 seconds. Now, if you play in a survival world or on a server, it's really nice to write down these travel times for people so that they know exactly how long it's going to take them to get somewhere. So the rustic station, and then we had the station that we built out of quartz. That was the first one that we built. And let's give that one a travel time of exactly 10 minutes. Now, it's never going to take this long. Some of you guys might play on huge servers. I've played on a server where the stations were actually far enough apart that you could go make yourself a sandwich, use the restroom, vacuum a few rooms, come back, and you'd still be riding on the rails. Some of these things were 15, 20 minutes apart. Now, we would do the same thing on the other side here, but we actually don't have any stations in this direction yet, so we're just going to leave it blank for now. And we do want to leave some space here for people to cross back and forth between the two different sides of the station. So we are going to put that first sign up though, Bone Station, eastbound. That way everybody knows exactly where they are. Excuse me, guys. Alright, so we have a basic station, we have a sign to let people know where they're going, and we have some lighting. Now it's still a little gloomy in here. I'm going to leave it to you how you guys want to brighten that up a little bit. You know, there's some tricks you could do. You could hide some lighting under the track, or actually, you know, this one might be a good one. Let's go ahead and demo this. We're not actually going to do this, but it's actually a pretty fantastic idea in my opinion. Put your glowstone there and use upside down stairs to conceal it. Now this is going to give a very faint glow. You're going to see it a lot more when you're riding in on a train. You could also use the sea lanterns there, but it just gives it a little bit of underglow, and you know, that's nice to have. You know, lighting is probably one of your most valuable tools in making a build stand out. So we've done pretty much everything there is to do here except for the station entrance. So we're gonna go ahead and widen this to 3 by 3, but we're actually going to have it level with the station platform rather than down one like the center of that flooring is now. So we're level with the station platform, and we're going to take that bone block in and we're going to run the bone 2 blocks inward. Now you'll notice these portals for the trains, they're actually very small in this design. They're not large at all. And if you wanted to, you could figure out a way to make them a little bit bigger. Honestly, there's not really a reason. You know, you may have people spamming blocks, blocking the entrances or something, and if that's a problem, then go ahead and widen those out so that the grief isn't going to cause suffocation damage for people riding on the trains. But for our purposes, we're just going to leave those little 2 tall, 1 wide entrances for the trains. And we'll probably, let's go ahead and hide some glowstone right inside the entrance to those. That way they have some light coming out of them. Okay, and what this is going to be is these are actually going to be the stairs upwards, and we're going to grab. Oh, we already have quartz stairs on our hotbar, so. And actually, we're going to want to set these in by 1. Why? Well, we want to make sure that we have enough clearance with the ceiling, that we don't have to do any digging up there, because we want this ceiling, the ceiling of this little entrance to the stairs, to be flush with the station roof here, at least where they join. And we're going to do something very similar to what we did on the first station we built. We're going to place these upside down stairs, and the ceiling is going to travel upwards along with the stairs. So these could be of varying lengths depending on how deep underground your station is. This staircase could actually lead to a second station perpendicular to the first one with a second line on it. It could lead up to you know, a little entry area or something. It's once again really up to you what you put up there. You could actually do away with the stairs altogether if you wanted, and instead of having the stairs, you could do just a water drop and a cart teleporter there if you play on a server that has those things. Now, actually, we're going to go ahead and switch this up just a little bit. We're going to make it as wide as the inside area of the station. So, and that really just prevents another corner. It's going to make the station look cleaner, and the result is going to be just as good, if not better. So Let's go ahead and just tidy that up a little bit. Okay. And we'll go ahead and put the stairs in for the full width. Now this is a pretty wide staircase. You may not want to have it that wide all the way up to your exit, or you may want to. It depends on the type of city you're building. So let's go ahead and fill in these walls with some nether brick, and then we'll worry about lighting. And as you can see, I missed another one of those corner pieces. Always got to watch out for those whenever you're using stair blocks, because they happen everywhere. So, okay, and I don't really like the way that the bone looks here, so let's go ahead and just convert those ends to just solid nether brick. Okay, well, we're pretty much good on that wall. Let's go ahead and extend the stairs just a little bit further up so that when we're standing on the station, we're not seeing this stone wall here. And we'll have to patch up the walls a little bit. Now it's probably going to be pretty dark up here right now because we don't have any lighting at the moment on these stairs, but we can go ahead and fix that. You have a lot of different choices as far as the lighting goes. Simplest one is probably going to be just to put some lighting in the ceiling. And the fact that we centered this on a single block is going to make that easy, and the lighting isn't going to look too big. You know, sometimes when you're centered on 2 blocks, you have to build these 2 wide lights, and they just end up looking a little tacky. So let's go ahead and count in 1, 2, 3, and we're going to drop a sea lantern right there. Now we used a lot of glowstone. Actually, no, let's go with the glowstone again. Drop a glowstone block right there, and we'll put some trapdoors on it, and that looks terrible. We're going to go ahead and drop a sea lantern right there. Or actually, there we go. So we've got a little glowstone light hidden in there. It's giving us some light on the stairs. These stairs actually look a little bit narrow, so what we could have done is we could have started them in another 2 blocks, and then there'd be more space between the ceiling and the stairs here, because right now, you know, if I was a very tall person or if I was jumping down the stairs, I would definitely hit the ceiling. So, alright, well, let's go ahead and close off this far wall. We're going to want to line it up kind of with that beam, but we're going to want to be 1 in from that beam. And we'll just go ahead and lay that nether rack across there. Trains should be a minimum of 2 high. Honestly, you want to be 3 high if you're in a spot where you could potentially ever want to get out of the train. You know, even if you just get stuck, you're going to want it to be 3 high. Otherwise, you'll take suffocation damage. And if you've ever been riding around on 1 heart thinking that you're going to make it home only to jump out and kill yourself, you'll understand why that's a problem. So, one of the things that I like to do for a station design like this where there's no color is just to grab some banners. So we're going to say that this is the red line. We're going to grab a red banner here, and we're going to go ahead and put that right above the entrance to the tunnel. Now, because this design is pretty plain, that's just going to add a little bit of color, give it some detail, and it's going to look good. Now on top of the sign here, we could add some flower pots, and we're going to drop some flowers in them. Okay. Alright, well, we have a completed station for the most part. It is actually pretty dark in here, so I'm not really happy with how the lighting turned out. But if you guys can think of a better way to do the lighting in here, go ahead and leave a comment. Otherwise, like and subscribe, comment, let me know what you would do differently, let me know what you liked, and next time we'll build something different. So thank you guys for watching.